Hi folks, I'm Dr. Hale and this is Digital Pedagogy. In this video, I'm going to give you 20 tips to help you ace your Zoom job interview and get hired. I've been in dozens of remote interviews on both sides of the hiring process, and these are things that I've learned through that extremely emotionally draining process. Some are obvious and some aren't. Number 1, test your equipment multiple times before the interview. Also make sure to update and charge all your devices, learn all the features front and back on whatever video conferencing platform you're going to be using, and during the interview, have all of your devices plugged in. You do not want to be depending on batteries. Number 2, create a clean, clear background. This sometimes isn't an option, but do your absolute best. You need to interview in a quiet, distraction-free space, and your background should look clean and intentional. Number 3, have your camera at eye level, not below your chin looking up your nose, nor above your forehead looking down on yourself. If you're using a built-in webcam, stack some heavy books or something similar under the device until it's up at eye level. If you're using an external camera, invest in a tripod, even a cheap one for your device. Number 4, if your webcam is complete garbage, buy a better one if you can afford to, or you can use a mobile app like Levato's EpocCam to transform your smartphone into a webcam. Many of these applications are free. The pro version of EpocCam is actually $7.99 and is well worth the investment, and it's much cheaper than an HD or 4K webcam. Number 5, similar idea. If you can afford to, invest in an external microphone. This is immediately going to make you sound and look more professional. Number 6, lighting. Make sure you do your interview in a well-lit room. If you can, you might buy a ring light or some sort of dedicated form of lighting. Number 7, during your interview, you're going to need to look into camera. Pretend your camera is a tiny circular human being that you desperately want to impress. So practice looking and performing into camera, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. Number 8, as with face-to-face interviews, you need to anticipate hard questions and prepare answers to the most common ones. So create a toolbox or a repertoire of skills and examples of your various successes. You're very likely, especially in a second round interview, to get what are called behavioral questions. These questions ask candidates to share specific examples of how they've handled specific situations. These questions demand that you tell stories about yourself, your work, and your skills. So anticipate these questions and have engaging and concise stories at the ready to demonstrate your competence. Number 9, before you have your interview, find out who's going to be in the meeting. Do reconnaissance when your meeting starts. Oftentimes folks will go around and introduce themselves one at a time. Write that down, note the order, pay attention to pronouns and name preferences, etc. Number 10, when you're making notes, I'd have both digital and physical copies on hand. You should also practice consulting your notes while on camera. It's fine, it's actually expected that you should have prepared notes, but you want to look at them as effortlessly as you can. Number 11, turn off notifications on all of your devices. I learned this the hard way. Number 12, be on time. Not early. Although traditional practice dictates that you should arrive to a face-to-face meeting early, this is a Zoom interview with tight schedules, so join a meeting at the agreed upon time. Number 13, dress up. All the way up. You might be tempted to dress to impress from the waist up, assuming that no one's going to see that you're still in sweatpants or gym shorts, but unexpected things will happen. Your dog or your child might run into the room. You might need to get up and grab a book off the bookshelf or whatever. Just dress up for the interview as you would for a face-to-face meeting. Number 14, have water handy, like a few glasses. Here's why. For one, you don't want to do that dry throat thing where you're unable to speak. That happens and it's the worst. But also, and more strategically, if someone asks you a question that you're not fully prepared to answer immediately, slow down, take a drink, and use that time to gather your thoughts and plan your answer. Number 15. Speaking on camera is a very different skill set than speaking face-to-face, so you might need to adjust your energy level for your on-camera performance. Now, I wouldn't dial this up to 11, but you might smile more than would normally feel natural, be more energetic while also speaking clearly, and don't forget to use gesture and vary up your tone, pacing, and volume to command attention. Number 16, have a folder handy on your desktop with potential images, documents, or video that you might reference or drop into the chat. I'd also clear off most of your desktop for the meeting in case you have to share your screen. Number 17, if you're delivering a presentation with visuals, check compatibility, practice multiple times, and have contingency plans, meaning save all of your visuals in multiple file formats. Number 18, have questions to ask your interviewer or the hiring committee. This is a chance to not only gain information and to get your questions answered, it's also an opportunity for you to demonstrate that you understand the institution or the business that you're trying to work at, its values, and the people who work there. Number 19, end the call gracefully. Keep smiling and look engaged until you've officially logged out of the meeting, and then, just for good measure, close the video conferencing application all the way before saying or doing anything that could be embarrassing. Finally, number 20, send a follow-up message, usually an email, to thank your interviewers for their time and attention. That's it. Follow along for more helpful tips and how-to videos like this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.